This is The Download from Sounds Profitable, your daily source for the essential news of the business of podcasting, brought to you by Spreaker from iHeart. I'm Newt Shottelkotte. As most of the team heads to Florida for Podfest Expo, we're bringing you another Oops, All Quick Hits edition of The Download. Say hi if you see us around, and don't forget to catch our very own Tom Webster being inducted into the Podcast Hall of Fame tomorrow. So, here's what you need to know for today, Thursday, January 16th. Tom Webster highlights the power of true crime podcast fans and how data shows the average fan is a far cry from the caricatures shown in popular media. The first report of the Sounds Profitable educational series, The Business Podcast Consumer, is now live with a half-hour webinar covering key findings about what makes business podcast audiences unique. Bob Hunt was a guest on the Podcast Advertising Playbook to talk about how podcasting builds listener connections, saying, quote, "We really combine creating meaningful, emotional connections with consumers, with connecting data and outsmarting our competition through a unique media and data advantage," end quote. Amaze Media Labs has released Audience Lift 2.0, a redesign of its audience growth platform. Unspooled with Paul Scheer and Amy Nicholson has joined Realms Network. Pia Podcast and Podway Podcast Network have partnered for podcast distribution and monetization. And Sounds Profitable now has a podcast trailer thanks to Voltage FM's J.E. Peterson, who will be hosting a webinar on producing podcast trailers that convert listeners in collaboration with Ariel Nissenblatt on Thursday, January 23rd. Be sure to check out the links to every article mentioned right in your podcast listening app or at soundsprofitable.com, where you can also subscribe to the newsletter version. The Download is written and produced by me, Newton Shottelkotte, Brian Barletta, Gavin Gaddis, and Tom Webster. This episode is hosted on Spreaker. For Sounds Profitable, I'm Newt Shottelkotte. Download us again tomorrow.